want to get another perspective on the President Obama's State of the Union address tonight. I'm joined now by Wilbur Ross. He's the chairman and CEO of W.L. Ross. Wilbur, great to have you in person this time around.
Good to be here.
I know you were sitting with me listening to what Valerie Jarrett was saying about what the president's going to outline tonight.
Right.
What did you make of her comments?
Well, as far as very generalized discussion, it was fine. Those are clearly all the topics Americans want to hear about. I think the task for tonight is, will he fill in the blanks? Will there be something specific? We can't solve specific problems with generalized responses.
Right, generalized comments about what they want to do. Of course, they want to tackle the deficit. Of course, they want to invest in the United States. Of course, they want to be more competitive. So what specifically do you want to hear from President Obama?
Well, for example, Valerie Jarrett mentioned that he had referred to his budget director the commission's report. This report has been out for weeks. It's been analyzed in the papers. He's running the country. You would think by now he'd have a conclusion as to what he wants to do with it. Mm-hmm. It sounds like he wants to just keep the report rotating around rather than come to grips with the hard issues.
So what he's going to do is tackle the budget deficit, number one.
Yeah, will he reduce the primary deficit, and will he do so with a very specific program, or just, this is my objective? I think it's time for specifics.
Lower down on the list, we'll be talking about what? The U.S. competitiveness problem. Do you believe we have a problem?
I think we have a serious problem and an increasing one. For example, Apple is one of the great genius companies that we have. And yet, if you look at your Apple computer, most of it's not made here. It's mostly made in China.
Right.
That's a competitiveness problem, and I think it's liable to be compounded.
But Wilbur, how is that a competitiveness problem if we're making those parts in China, they're cheaper to make there, we're selling them back here in the United States? The innovation, though, is coming out of a U.S. company.
The innovation came from the U.S. company, and the jobs went to China. That's the problem. And the other problem is that the Chinese and Indians are graduating together 6 times as many engineers a year as we are. Mm-hmm. And many of our engineers are foreign nationals who can't get the visas to stay here.
Okay.
We can't have the other countries building up engineering expertise at our expense.
Wilbur, I don't have a lot of time with you, so I want to just go over something, though, that we had talked about before, which I know you just come back from Dublin. Right. You're bidding on this Irish bank. Talk about competitiveness. Give me the update on that. Have you figured out how much you're going to be investing in this?
Well, we're in the midst of discussions with the central bank and the other parts of the government right now on that. But broadly speaking, it's around 600 million euros. Around
600 million that you are investing in for this. Okay, and you expect a conclusion when?
Well, we hope to have a designation as to who is the preferred bidder. Right now, there are 2 of us competing.
Okay.
We hope will come out very quickly. And if it does, this could close by March.
By March, okay. And also quickly, an IPO is in the works for your auto part supplier, IAC, is it not? Can you confirm that?
As you know, you can't really talk about public offerings, but IAC has been doing very, very well as a business. We now have some 17 countries that we're operating in ourselves.
Okay.
We have some 23,000.
But is that the end game, a listing, yes or no?
Eventually, it would be good for any company to be publicly quoted.
Wilbur, thank you for humoring me.